When you have extra cash after paying your bills, should you put that money towards paying down debt or invest it? Financial expert Dave Ramsey would say, save $1,000 as quickly as you can in a separate emergency fund and then throw everything else at the debt, boom, 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 until you've paid it off, everything but your mortgage, before you start to invest. On the other hand, Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, would say, well, there's good debt and bad debt. You want to have the cash flow from your assets pay for the cost of your debt. Who's right? Who's wrong? And what should you do? Well, the truth is it depends on you and your situation. So in this video, I'll share the key insights you need to decide what's best for you. By the way, hello and welcome. I'm Penelope Jane Smith, and my intention with this channel is to give you the money skills, tools, and systems you need in order to create more ease, peace, and freedom around finances. Just to be clear, I'm not a financial advisor, and I don't sell financial products or give financial advice. You shouldn't make any investment decisions based on a YouTube video, okay? My intention here is to give you unbiased financial education and guidance. If you find this video helpful, please tap the like button for the YouTube algorithm. That really makes a big difference and would really help me out so I can keep creating more content like this for you. So when it comes to deciding whether to pay off debt or invest, here are some things to consider when making this decision. First of all, you want to look at your ROI. ROI stands for return on investment, and it's an annual percentage based on how much you're making from an investment in relation to how much money you invested. Here's how you figure it out. Take the income or growth you get from an investment and divide it by the amount you invested. That gives you your ROI. For example, if you put $100 in a savings account and earn $1 in interest over the course of a year, that's a 1% ROI. $1 divided by $100 equals 1%. If you pay down debt on a credit card with a 20% interest rate, it's kind of like you're getting a guaranteed 20% ROI based on the money that you save in interest. Let me explain. It costs you 20% per year to have that debt. So if you pay it off, it's kind of like earning 20%, right? A penny saved is a penny earned. Now, would you borrow money at 20% and go and invest it at 1%? Probably not. You'd be losing 19%, right? So in that case, you'll probably be better off paying down the debt than investing more money in that savings account. On the other hand, if you're thinking about paying off a student loan or paying off a mortgage, you might be able to get a much higher ROI on your other investments. So you might consider doing that instead. For example, I borrowed $9,000 on a credit card to invest in a business mentorship program, and I made $220,000 from that investment in the first year alone. That's a 2,344% ROI. Wow, like where are you gonna get that, right? So even paying 20% on that credit card is nothing compared to the 2,344% I made. Now, what if you don't know what your ROI will be? Well, what do you feel reasonably confident that it'll be? For example, if all that program did was get me 2 more clients, I'd more than double my investment. And for me, getting 2 new clients was something I felt very confident I'd be able to do. Part of my investment strategy is investing in index funds. If you're not familiar with that, an index is like a big basket of a whole bunch of different investments. For example, the S&P 500 index is a basket of about 500 large publicly traded companies in the United States. An index fund is a fund that buys stock in those companies to try to mirror or copy what that index is doing. Now, the stock market has gone up on average about 10% per year for the last 100 years or so. Sometimes it can be a lot higher or a lot lower. It's rare that it's exactly 10%, right? And that doesn't take inflation into consideration. But if I'm investing long-term, which I am, with this part of my investment portfolio, I feel reasonably confident that my money will grow. I heard one of my mentors, Graham Stephan, share that he strikes a balance around 5%. If he can borrow money at 5% or less, then he's really in no hurry to pay it off early because he feels confident that he can make more than that on his investments. When you're comparing ROIs, it's also helpful to consider the tax implications. For example, investing in a traditional IRA gives you a tax deduction, so some of the money that might otherwise be going to taxes would be going into your investments instead and growing tax-free. Woohoo! So the first thing to consider is what's going to give you the best return on investment. Now, let's talk about how this decision might impact you emotionally. Are you the type of person where debt drives you crazy? Maybe it's worth slowing down your wealth building for your peace of mind. Does not investing drive you crazy? For example, you can only invest $6,000 per year in an IRA before age 50. And if you don't invest this year, you lose that opportunity. Can you live with that? Does trying to pay off debt before investing leave you feeling unmotivated, so you just go, meh, and you don't do either? Some people are comfortable having debt, especially at low interest rates, because they know they can make way more money investing. So ultimately, you have to decide which feels better for you. And finally, how does this decision affect your cash flow? This is something that I don't typically hear anyone talk about in the pay off debt or invest conversation, but it's super important. Ideally, you want your typical monthly expenses to be a lot lower than your typical monthly income, so you have plenty of money that you can save and invest. If you can invest in something that gives you more income, that helps your cash flow. For example, you might even borrow more money to buy a rental property, but after paying your property manager, repairs, utilities, and everything else, you still have more than enough money from the rent to pay the mortgage, which gives you more positive cash flow. So you actually have more money coming in, even though you increased your debt. If you can pay off debt and get rid of a monthly bill, that also helps your cash flow. So looking at what's going to help your cash flow more is important. So there you go. Look at your ROI, your emotional state, and your cash flow. In the end, personal finance is personal. You get to make a decision that's in alignment with your unique personality and financial situation. Since you've made it this far, if you found this helpful, please tap the like button on this video if you haven't already done that, because it really helps my channel out a lot. And when you like my videos or leave a comment on my videos, YouTube says, oh, maybe we should show this video to more people, which helps grow my channel and helps more people learn some of these tips, tools, and strategies, as well as insights that you're learning. So please let me know your biggest aha or takeaway from this video. If you have any questions and what other topics you'd like to see me make videos on, please leave a comment on the video. And if you'd like to see more videos from me around personal finance, money management, saving and investing, and financial freedom, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the little bell so you'll see when I make a new video. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon.